Hello everyone and welcome to Evolution of Metal Max Games. Metal Max is a 1991 role-playing video game developed by Crytek and Data East. Metal Max was an early example of an open-ended and non-linear role-playing video game. It lacked a predetermined story path, but the player was instead given the choice of which missions to follow in whatever order, while being able to visit any place in the game world. Metal Max 2 was released in 1993. The battles are turn-based, with the characters able to fight either on foot or using tanks. The tanks can be created and customized by the player, who can modify and enhance each part of a vehicle, though there is a weight limit to each tank. Metal Max Returns is a 1995 remake of the game Metal Max. The storyline and the gameplay basics remained unchanged. The remake features enhanced graphics and sound, background pictures for battles, slightly different locations, more houses in towns, sometimes different layout of the towns and of the world map. Metal Max 2 Kai is an enhanced re-release of Metal Max 2 for the Game Boy Advance. The added content only increased the number of tanks and high-reward monster bounties, which according to players breaks the game's difficulty balancing. The quality of this port is considered to be very bad, which angered many of the game's fans. Metal Saga Chain of Sandstorm is a 2005 post-apocalyptic, turn-based role-playing game developed by both Success Corporation and Crytek. Metal Saga is the first game in the series to feature skills, especially skills that can be learned by skill tutors found throughout the wasteland, namely in places. Metal Saga Season of Steel is a post-apocalyptic role-playing video game developed by Crytek and published by Success in 2006. Players travel around the world, buy powerful equipment, battle with monsters, and save the world. Unlike all predecessors, the world map uses a 45-degree angle view, and using a point instead town or dungeon pigeonhole. Metal Max 3 was released in 2010. Metal Max 3 uses improved graphics to 18-bit RGB. Allowing for increased visual detail compared to Metal Max Returns' 15-bit RGB. This game comes with improved and new features to add on to slight gameplay mechanic modifications. Metal Max 2 Reloaded was released in 2011. It is a remake of the original SNES Metal Max 2, featuring improved graphics and sound, revised areas, references to Metal Max 3, and decreased difficulty. Similar to the events of Metal Max 2, a young hunter seeks revenge against Ted Broiler. Metal Max Fireworks is a 2015 role-playing video game, which was developed and published by Kadokawa for Android and iOS. Metal Max Fireworks is a role-playing video game, featured monsters versus tanks. Similar as its predecessors, players needs to battle with enemies. Metal Saga The Ark of Wastes was released in 2015 on mobile devices. There are several wanted enemies, which are powerful but worth of a lot of money. In dungeons, player controls characters and/or vehicles by moving the drum-styled virtual pad. Metal Max Xeno is a 2018 role-playing video game developed by Kadokawa Games, taking place at the ruined metropolis known as Death Tokyo. The story is one that actively involves the protagonist and tanks, starting with the Arvolv. Numerous possibilities for the tank customization awaits, containing features such as weapons, engines, and equipment. Metal Max Xeno Reborn is a 2020 action JRPG with real-time battle and vehicle combat elements. Join Talus, a lone hunter, and search for allies in a vengeance-charged war against monsters and robotic enemies. Learn new skills and collect and customize tanks as you journey through a devastated world. Explore this desolate wasteland and battle your way through onslaughts of enemies. Salvage, modify, and hit back using tanks.